All right, my friends, welcome to episode 141 of Prof and Dev Play Games. I am the Professor Larry at Prof Plays Games on Twitter, and over there is Anthony at Summerspeak on Twitter, and he is the dev, crack-a-lacking away on his game still, I assume.
Oh, I so am. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
But totally in a, we just got over a big hump this past week.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things because I think I worked a bunch yesterday. Not because I had to, but just because we had gotten through, the big brunt of the work. We can actually play the game, full games.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, now I can do everything I want. Let's just start, play a game, iterate, change. And then we played a few games last week, play testing, fixing bugs. And then it's just like, all right, there's a bunch of mechanics and design tweaks I want to try. So it's just, I'm like, let me put that in. I can do it quick now.
So it's a little more fun. Maybe now.
It is definitely, I'm doing because I want to have fun. I'm messing with visual stuff as well because why not? Can make this look a little bit better.
So I know you can't say anything about the game, but if you were to compare the game to a fruit, what fruit would it be?
What kind of I don't know. The first thing that comes to my head is a pineapple.
Okay, so it's Battle Royale. Got it. Perfect.
Exactly. Well, I mean, isn't everything Battle Royale now?
Well, that's fucking... I'm in an online trivia league with a bunch of people, and there was a one-day tournament today on esports.
Oh, no.
And the first answer was... Well, I guess I won't say in case someone's listening who plays, but it was... Well, fucking it's Battle Royale, because we were just talking about it. But it was just the first four questions was boom, I know it, boom, boom, boom. And then I started asking, the names of esport players. I'm like, nope. And the teams they play on, here's a picture of a person. What team are they on? I don't know.
Exactly.
I felt really smart for a second.
And then you realize you are not in that world.
No, they showed a picture of the setup of it was a ring with fans around it. It's what tournament is this from? It's
probably make a guess,
idea.
Maybe.
I guessed Evo, and then the answer was the International Cyber Games.
Whatever.
I don't know what it was. I've never heard of it. So I felt smart, and then I didn't. So anyway, this week it's another E3 hype building episode. We've saved Xbox for last, and then next week we will do our predictions, and then the week after that I guess is right into E3. So it's Xbox, it's Microsoft this time, and we're going to talk about what we think is going to happen, what we've heard, what we hope for, perhaps. And then we'll get into Chrono Trigger. We will play a little bit more Chrono Trigger, and then a few other games we've been playing, although I don't know if either one of us has played too many other games, but we'll see. Let's start with Xbox. Kind of want to ask you, neither one of us have an Xbox. We both have a PC that could play, I guess, the Play Anywhere games, but is there anything that you care about seeing out of Xbox this E3?
It would have to be something new IP.
Mm-hmm.
Because, man, they're normal IP that they already have out and keep rehashing and refreshing. None of it sells a console to me.
No Halo, no. What if they?
Oh, I don't give a damn about Halo, especially under Microsoft.
What if they did a God of War treatment with Halo and just completely turned it on its ear?
That would have given me excited if they did something radical, but I doubt they will.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I guess not new IP. I should say they need to show me something new and exciting.
Mm-hmm.
If they just do another FPS Halo, sure, whatever.
Kind of all feels the same to me.
Yeah, kind of great. Now it's gonna fit in with Battlefield and Call of Duties and Destiny. That genre is real. Console FPS is really kind of cemented now, and I don't know if a good console FPS necessarily sells a console straight up anymore as well as it used to.
It's interesting. I agree with you. It's interesting to compare it to God of War, where according to NPD, God of War sold a ton of consoles.
Yes.
God of War sold 5 million basically in April. What about that made it a system seller? Was it because it was just such a radical departure from previous God of War games?
I think it was departure, and then you saw the reviews. The quality is insane.
Yeah, right.
When you're talking about, I'm not going to call it a 10 out of 10 game. I played a little bit more, but when you talk about, it is definitely a 9 out of 10 game as far as I'm concerned, from, just presentation, technical, the whole package. It's a system. That sells a system because you're just it's a game that everyone's talking about and lives up to the hype. And is, like you said, it changes the formula enough. It's not just, oh, we made a pretty God of War 3 or whatever, God of War 2. Like, no, they were like, let's re-envision this a bit and move it forward. And
Right.
if you do it right, you can sell things. And so the problem is, I don't really have a love for the Halo lore, not the games.
Is it?
And I guess I don't have a love for the lore overall. Like, I haven't read the books. I've never really been interested to read the books.
I guess that's a question I have is it like a Destiny thing where the lore is really outside the game, or are those terminals enough that you find in the game to give you the lore?
No,
Yeah.
they're not. It's not compelling enough for me. It seems pretty derivative overall to me. It always has. Like, as I've gotten older, I've gotten less interested. Back when I played the original Halo and Halo 2
Right.
and Halo 3, I enjoyed that story arc, the first three. And then it was done. I was like, okay, I think I'm done. And I would say going back in like post-college, probably like 6 or 7 years ago, didn't play through, watching some of 2 again, like cutscenes and stuff. I'm like, this isn't great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe I've grown and stuff and just seen other things. And I'm like, at the time, this was amazing, but time has moved on and things have gotten better. So I feel like the normal Halo approach just isn't enough anymore.
Yeah, I'd like to play Halo 5 campaign. I bought Halo 5 when I had finished 3, and I bought 5 because I figured I'd finish 4, and then I didn't. So I didn't want to skip campaigns. I just played the multiplayer. I've heard a lot of hate about that campaign because of how much it focused on Locke, but it would be nice to see if they've innovated or iterated in a
Here's something that would excite
engaging way.
if Halo 6 or whatever was ODST 2.
Mm-hmm.
If they went radically different like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You're not going to play a Master Chief or a Spartan or anything like that. You're going to play something else, someone different.
Yeah.
We're going to give you a different perspective on this universe. Yeah, I could be open to that. Maybe that could be exciting.
Yeah, I think that's...
I don't think they will.
No, I think you're right. They want to... I think they're stuck in a hard place where they want to give the Xbox fans, basically what they want, but it still entice new people, and I feel like those things are different products.
They're pretty opposed at the moment for Halo.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially for Halo. Obviously Halo Wars 2 and Halo Wars is a departure, but not... I don't know if that particular genre compels a lot of people, especially playing on the
it doesn't have the largest... I mean, RTSs don't sell
right
incredibly well. That genre, unfortunately, has faded currently. I mean, it might see a resurgence one day, but everything comes in cycles. But
I think at the media showcase, if they did something radically different with Master Chief or Halo, that would pique my interest. But if it was another FPS campaign, they're fun, but they're not something that I would reinvest in an Xbox for.
No.
For sure. Although I do want to shout out real quick, Microsoft and Xbox or whatever, basically working on those the controllers for disabled gamers. That's fucking awesome. And it's,
it doesn't sell me a console, though.
Well, no, definitely not to us, but think about disabled gamers who are having a hard time playing with a regular like a DualShock or whatever. Like this company that says, we're going to make this crazy looking controller that working with able gamers or whatever, that works for you. Like, no matter what the exclusives are, that's their home now,
Yeah. I agree. I mean, that was a huge thing, and it's really, really awesome for them to do. I know they've been working on that one a long time.
Yeah, so I just want to just kind of point out, like, from my perspective, it's like a place of privilege to be like, I can use my hands, I can play wherever I want, and I choose to play where there are games.
Sure.
But some people, this is going to be life changing for them, so it's awesome. I can't imagine after the Rise of the Tomb Raider thing with Square that other third parties are going to partner with Microsoft to make their third-party game exclusive on the platform that has the least amount of players.
Yeah.
And I don't know, unless they package
Microsoft's
that with
going to have
PC,
to pay for it.
a lot of money,
basically.
and I don't know if they would be willing to do that.
I don't know where they are anymore. If they want to do that, but even like third-party exclusives Maybe, but I have a hard time. Like I said, I have a hard time seeing a third-party publisher saying we are willing to cut off the potential for sales on the PS4 and Switch.
Right. Unless it's Xbox plus PC, but on PC, people, I mean, not everyone, but the sale culture is a lot bigger, I think, on PC than anywhere else. So
it is. It's a much harder thing to do there. So I don't see a huge amount of exclusive third party. I think we'll see a lot of co-marketing third party.
Yeah, especially with the Xbox One X, people have been rumoring that it's CD Projekt Red is going to...
Yep, Cyberpunk will be there.
Exactly.
Like, that's where they're going to show it. But it's not exclusive
No.
to the Xbox One and anything. It's just, that's where they're choosing the co-market.
Right.
So, fine. All the branding will be there. And I'm sure there might be some, like, exclusive things if you buy it on Xbox. But it's fundamentally still the same game wherever.
Right. I think something that I'm looking forward to, I know something I'm looking forward to on the Xbox stage is Ori and the Blind Forest 2, was a Will of the Wisps, I think. I didn't finish the first game, unfortunately, because
hard as hell.
It's fucking hard as hell, but my save game is on the Xbox, and I don't have an Xbox right now, so I rebought it on Steam. It was on sale, so I'll probably play it again, but just gorgeous at the beginning, and then slowly, ever so slowly, gets more and more difficult. So I think it's a game that you would like, and as a fan of Super Metroid and such. But that's not a system seller for them.
Indie stuff isn't typically system sellers. It's for the people that already own the console,
correct,
and want cool things to play, cool experiences.
And also for the the platform holder to kind of fill out their catalog while we're think of the Switch. There's been some big games in the beginning of this year, but not huge games. Like we've had Donkey Kong, we've had Zelda, the Hyrule Warriors. But those are, if you had a Wii U, you've played all those games already. So
it's a lot of indie and third party stuff coming out right now.
Right.
What else would be on I feel like for Microsoft, like E3, they need to show not their normal stable of things.
Right.
They need to surprise people and show off new exciting things. Like I see predictions that people are talking about Crackdown 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Crackdown 1 and 2 didn't do that well. Like they have a vocal fan base, but sales-wise, they weren't amazing. And I don't really know if that sells any consoles or gets anything back.
Well, it kind of got trashed when they announced it or showed stuff from last E3. People were just like, "This is not what we thought it was going to be," and yada yada.
Yeah.
So, and then Sea of Thieves, of course, wasn't that great either. So.
No. I mean, I assume they'll probably show maybe some Sea of Thieves stuff, make it a full game. That'd be great. Sort of I'd appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I tried watching streams of it. I watched a few hours of streams of Sea of Thieves and was like, this is boring.
I thought that was going to be a game that you and I were going to hop into, and I was like...
I would love it to be that.
One of my predictions was like, this is going to be the biggest game for Xbox this year, which, to be perfectly fucking frank, I could still win that prediction, unfortunately. God. Yeah.
But it just doesn't have content.
No,
like, they built an engine
and
a very pretty sailing and pirate engine, but they didn't fill it with
stuff to do,
a variety of things to do.
Right. Well, I almost feel like Xbox needed stuff to come out, so... Like, put it out now and we'll fill it in later, but then the buzz just goes away. I know.
I mean, which is totally fair because we just heard No Man's Sky. Do you see their update?
I was about to bring that up. Yeah, tell us about it.
So that's the middle of July, I think, and it's going to be actual full multiplayer.
That's cool. I get to see your character.
You can meet people. You can fly around. You can build bases together. You can form squad. I'm like, there's the game.
Yep.
There's the game that they actually straight up... Well, I don't know if they ever promised it, but this is the game people wanted and thought it was going to be.
There were so many Reddit sleuths putting together just a compendium, a portfolio of shit that Sean Murray said, where they basically proved in some way that that's what he promised, although you can spice things together any way you want.
But either way, like, this is where... I mean, it's going to be huge for the game overall, and... It's showing that you just stay dead. Like, if you can give the team time to work on it, you can turn things around a bit, or at least give people what they want.
It's the Ubisoft effect, basically, where they put out
Yeah.
games that were, For Honor or Siege or whatever, kind of like meh, and then they've built it into this fucking juggernaut, man.
Yeah.
And I know No Man's Sky is probably not gonna be a juggernaut, but for the Xbox players, they're pretty lucky that the first time they get to touch the game, it's the best version of it. The rest of us
I'd actually
beta-tested
talk about another game like that. Let's actually talk about Fortnite. Because when Fortnite came out,
Oh yeah, right.
it was not received very well. People were like, "What the hell is this?" And because it wasn't battle royale,
right. It was a save the world mode.
save the world. I mean, it was a very it wasn't free to play.
Right.
Like, it was team based. What was it?
Base-
Co-op?
Yeah,
Base
I
building?
think so. Base building against zombies coming in the night.
Zombies, yeah. And like, I had people to play it, and they just weren't. They're like, yeah, it plays really well. It's fun, but it's not really compelling.
Right.
And they turned it around to probably the biggest game in the world right now.
Right.
Because they quickly were like, let's do this other mode and take what we had. And the Save the World mode is still there, but that's not what people play.
Man, I look back on like the flashpoint of that game coming out, and when Bluepoint kind of went at them a little bit,
Yeah.
and it kind of fanned the flames of I don't know, media interest. Like if
Yeah.
Bluepoint had not said anything, would it have blown up like that? I don't know, man.
I don't know. I think so, only because I think one of the things from my experience that drove it is streaming.
Yeah, right.
And Fortnite is a much better, prettier game to stream.
Yeah, it's
It
fun. It's
looks
funner
better.
to watch.
It looks better. Yeah, it's more entertaining to watch. It is meant for people to stream and watch. And I will tell you that PUBG is totally not.
Right.
Like, listen, PUBG was fun to watch in spite of itself.
Well, that's the crazy thing too about Xbox, where they kind of entered that exclusivity deal with PUBG, and it was a big deal last E3. And then by the time it came out, people didn't really give a fuck because Fortnite had basically come out and overtaken it.
Yep, and Fortnite's on everything.
Everything. It's on my fucking iPad. It's on my phone. Your phone.
I know.
It better. And by the way, goddammit, it better be on Switch by
I'm
sometime in the
sure
summer.
it will be.
Yeah.
Because I also feel like Epic wants to show that, hey, you can have good Unreal games on Switch.
Yeah. So by the
Like-
way, license Unreal
Yeah, basically. I mean, it's a poster child for them going like, yeah, license our engine, please.
Yeah.
Like,
Give us more money.
yeah.
Damn, fucking phenomenal.
So, I mean, let's think back to Microsoft. Like, I saw the Crackdown 3 rumors. Perfect Dark is
Oh,
another
yeah.
rare game. And I'm like, do I care about a rare FPS anymore?
Well, and it's been so long since Perfect Dark, the last one, right?
And it wasn't that great. I
It was
mean,
360, wasn't it?
yeah, and it was a launch title for the 360.
Right. So
And it wasn't great. Like, it wasn't better than Halo. And I have a hard time seeing why they would do 2 FPSs.
it almost feels like Xbox is like the FPS console, and for people,
Well, it was for a long time.
right? But I feel like they're still continuing that identity when diversifying might have kept more people as they aged. Because
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know about you, but in the past I was a fan of FPS games. It's kind of all I played, and now I really don't like them. Like I don't.
But yeah, but if you look at even like we're talking about Fortnite, what people play who like FPSs, what that genre is now, it's not Halos and Perfect Darks and things like that. Like it's Fortnite and PUBG, and even beyond that, like for the last few years, Call of Duties and Battlefields.
Yeah.
Which are very different types of games. Like that genre has the games that sell the most and are the system sellers are not your single player story focused
Right.
FPSs.
Yeah, I feel like it's hard to tell a compelling story in that. I don't know, just because the gameplay just feels. To me, it's boring. I don't know. I'm bored by FPSs or third-person shooters too. I mean, I load up Fortnite and it's fun playing with friends. Like when I played with my friend Ted, it was a lot of fun. By myself though, I don't really care.
Yeah.
So, always better with friends, that's for sure.
Is there anything that Microsoft can do to really it's basically
What about
turn around, make people really speak very positive about it? Because I'm not expecting them to sell as many consoles as a PS4 anymore.
Right.
I think it's 2-to-1 now,
I feel like
console wise,
It
or
is,
maybe
yeah.
it's wider. No, I think it is 2-to-1.
yeah, 'cause EA kind of let that slip recently.
Yeah, and they're not going to make that gap up anytime anymore.
No.
Like that's not going to happen. So they're going to be coming in behind Sony now for sure. So what does it do to just like, okay, see if you want to sell a few more consoles as best you can, get people excited, and get people back on your side. So when you, in 3 years, 3 years, when you launch your next console, people want it.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to hold a lot of their cards for that, whatever the new Xbox is, because, unless the prices are really low for Black Friday, I don't know. I don't see people jumping in because there's nothing really to play except for people who haven't. I don't know. Like, I might buy an Xbox this Black Friday if it's pretty cheap, like an S. I don't know if I really need an X, just because I have a ton of Xbox 360 games that I still haven't played. Like, because it's backwards compatible and I have a huge library of games, if I can get one cheap, I would have access to those games again, and I'm interested in that. But I can't think of anything that they have that would be first party that would be like must play. I can play on my PC, so I just don't.
Yeah.
If they, the thing that would make me super excited is if they kind of doubled down on the PC Play Anywhere thing and they say like play your Xbox library on PC. Like I don't see that happening, but
no.
Just have like some sort of more stepping further into the PC area, which kind of just kills their console at that point.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I think Xbox is the conference that's going to happen at E3 that I'm the most intrigued about, because they got to throw everything at the wall, and I don't know what they're going to do to get people excited. Like the backwards compatibility announcement was super exciting, but that's to play old games,
Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one.
Yeah.
And I don't envy the position that Xbox is in right now.
No, there's a rumor, and I really hope this one's true, where either Nintendo will be on the Xbox stage announcing Banjo coming to Smash, or Phil Spencer will be on a Nintendo Direct announcing, Banjo or something for. Someone mentioned Battletoads for Smash, which would actually be fucking perfect.
That'd be awesome.
I really hope that's true. I think that'd be pretty exciting. To kind of see Nintendo and Xbox kind of playing nice and cross-platform kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, Smash isn't going to be on Xbox, so the only thing that does for Xbox is branding, I guess.
Which right now might be the most important thing.
Yeah, that's true. Goodwill with gamers, for sure.
Yeah, goodwill is probably number one right now.
Yeah.
Just get back onto the positive side. I mean, that's the controller thing.
Yep.
Definitely good buzz there.
Right.
Good positive buzz.
Mm-hmm.
I really do think that is one of the main things that they just need to do, is be like, hey, yeah, we know the way we launched the Xbox One a long time ago wasn't good. We haven't done a great job giving people exactly what they want, and let's move forward from here. And let's show you things that you will want, and we can help and make things better.
Right.
Again, so that we can go into whatever next is in a positive light, as opposed to still on our back foot.
Yeah, I think that they've slowly been building like that portfolio of small features and improvements. All those little things add together just a lot of gamer, like things that are positive for gamers. And I feel like at the same time, Sony's kind of been pulling back a little bit and just being a little more arrogant or a little more hubris, so they don't have to do a lot of those things. But at the same time, Sony just keeps crushing it with the games. So at the end of the day, I remember a long time ago when I asked you, I had my Wii U and I was getting back into gaming, and I thought, okay, I'm going to get like a current gen console. Do I get the Xbox or PlayStation? And you're just like, you get the PlayStation because it has the games. And that's just been it. That's the deal.
Sony has brands, and they have studios that kick these games out consistently. Like, they've nurtured those for a long time. And I feel sad because this is where Microsoft hasn't. They had it for a while, but then they jettisoned a lot of their studios.
Well, yeah, they canceled Scalebound 2, and
they canceled so much stuff, and they've canceled and like shuttered so many companies, game companies, as they've like different, because Microsoft isn't really a game company,
right?
Like, they have a division that is game, their Xbox division and their games division, but that's not all of Microsoft. And so when new people have come in, they've restructured, and the game side hasn't always gotten the best deal out of that.
Right.
And I think it's showing now.
Well,
it's they didn't double down. They didn't invest in these studios. They're just like, yeah, we're shuttering that. Like, why isn't there a Fable? Like a new Fable would be awesome. Like, I could be behind that. Give me something new and exciting there, but I doubt they'll even try that.
Well, the rumors have been for a while that Playground, which are the ones that do Forza Horizon, has spun up a new team to do Fable, which is weird considering.
But they've done spin-offs for Fable, but I don't think people really want a straight up. I want a spin-off. They would like an actual like
Fable
really
3
strong
or Fable 4
RPG for fantasy RPG for Xbox.
Right. Well, yeah, that's some of the best-selling games on PlayStation are the fantasy RPGs, right?
Yep.
I would count Horizon in that, even though it's more sci-fi. I assume I haven't got to the end yet. God of
it's
War,
robot dinosaurs. It's kind of sci-fi.
Well, I don't know if they turn into some sort of dragons at the end or some sort of organic beast. Who the fuck knows? I mean, I haven't got that.
I do know.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I think that there's a chance there's going to be some sort of Fable announcement. It might not be what people want, though. That's what I always feel like. The game announcements are like not quite what people want. Like they're trying to get behind Sea of Thieves, and it sounds exciting, and then it comes out, and it's like, whoa, this isn't what we wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for Xbox fans, people who only have an Xbox. There's just not a lot to play, first party wise.
Not first party. Not enough to be like, I go and necessarily, if I'm looking at all the games out there.
Yeah.
You still go Sony. Like,
yep.
They just have a better library of first party exclusives.
Right. And
even third party exclusives.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So, it's a rough place right now.
For sure. Even though they have the most powerful console, there's just not a lot to play on it. And
yeah.
Power, I know power is important, but the Switch is the least
not
powerful
to everybody.
of all of them. And the Switch is much more fun to play than the Xbox. In terms of the library of games. So
games trump power. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, for sure. I kind of feel like we kind of kicked Xbox a little bit here, but I am excited about what they are going to bring to the show because there could be some really interesting announcements that, again, like you said, bring the goodwill. So we'll see what happens.
And that's what I expect. I don't want to kick them completely. I feel bad the position that they're in. It doesn't mean they're out. If I believe they were out, I would think Nintendo has been out multiple times over its lifetime.
Yeah, fuck that Wii U, man. Oh, Jesus.
Because they're not necessarily out. It's just they're not in a great place right now. But that gives them a lot of opportunity to kind of swing for the fences.
Yep.
And who knows? One of those things could land and land really well.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, until then, I guess we will keep speculating, and then next week we're actually going to do our proper, just bring it all together, just batshit crazy guesses for E3, and we'll make an interesting little bet on it. And then I think if my calendar is correct, the week after that we still have one more before E3. I think we have 2 more episodes. So
we'll be probably recording the night before I fly down to E3.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be right on the cusp, and we'll talk.
I can have all my anxiety that night.
It'll be the anxiety reducing or increasing podcast. We'll have to see for sure. Until then, you and I have both been playing a little bit more Chrono Trigger.
Yep.
I think I played another hour.
We both got to the big twist, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see here. What happened? So I was with. Oh yeah, the fighting the lava shells and.
Yep, you're kind of going up Death's Peak.
That's it.
Basically,
Death's Peak.
You're doing a number of other things, but that's where you learn. You're like, oh, I should go to Death's Peak.
Right.
And
then you, the whole thing is basically you're going, and I hadn't gotten it earlier, but you basically go back to the fair and get I forget what it's called, like some sort of doll. Basically a stand-in double of Chrono, and then you slip back in time to where Chrono died when you were fighting Lavos. And then you just trade out the doll for Chrono.
Swap it. Yep.
Bring it back.
It's time travel.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Just go back.
Game is time travel. Yeah. Why can't you just do that? Swap them out.
So then you've got Chrono back in your party, and this is the point where all the you could just go side quest. You can go beat Lavos right now, or you can do I think there's 6 or 7 side quests, or maybe 7, one for each character, maybe.
I can't remember if they all get one, but yes, there's pretty in-depth side quests overall for each one.
Well, there's when you are doing this quest to basically bring Chrono back, depending on who is in your party,
Yep.
the story changes a bit. I had Marl.
I had Marl too.
Oh, okay.
Like,
so we had the same one.
I've never not had Marl at this point. Which I'm like, I should have tried a different one this time, but nope. And she takes priority. So
when I figured I could go to YouTube and see the rest.
Yeah.
I actually don't use her that much. I use Isla, I use Robo, and I use Megas or Chrono. So
yep.
I don't. Really
That's
use
always
the rest
that's
of
a
them.
really good party.
Yeah, it's fun. I haven't gotten any triple checks yet that I know of, but I know are they the result of the side quests that we're about to do, or
I can't remember actually. No, I don't think so. Those are items. To get triple text, you can just play with the party long enough, and they'll unlock.
I see. Well, then I got my 3 back. But yeah, I was looking at a guide, just reading through like what's required for the side quests, and they're pretty meaty. A lot of them are.
Some of them, like, I think there's like 1 or 2 that are quicker, but a number of them are a lot. Like, you do a lot of traveling through time, doing different things, and they start playing with time a lot in the side quests.
Right.
It is a time travel game like that.
Well, it's hardcore right now, and I'm thankful you have the epoch now, so you can just go
where you want to go.
Yeah. But it's still fun. Like I sat down last night actually to play it, and I was like, I'll play a little bit. I played for like an hour and a half, and I thought I was gonna play for like a half an hour, just kind of putz around a little bit. I just got hooked. Like I really enjoy this game.
Do we beat it? I think we have 2 more weeks and longer, minimum.
Yeah, that's kind of my question. Like, are we gonna do all the side quests and then beat Lavos, or are we gonna kind of dabble a little bit and then just beat it?
I think dabble, and let's say I think this week we just dabble.
Okay. And
then we reconvene and see if we want to dabble more or just want to finish it.
Okay, that sounds good. Because we've been playing for a while, and I think that there's an opportunity, playing with save files to continue some of those other side quests later if we decide we want to beat it. So it's not like we're shutting the door on that.
That's true.
But totally. I think I would like to move toward the end before E3 if possible.
Yeah.
So let's see what we do this week. But it's an enjoyable game. I'm 19 and a half hours into it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit under that.
Yeah,
but not a ton.
Yeah, I like the story. Like it really is what everyone has said this game is. It's a masterpiece. It's really the way that it. I don't know if it was the first game. It probably wasn't. But to introduce kind of the branching narrative and the different endings and just so much variety to.
It was one of the first one that's really ambitious with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it clearly they were like, we're doing this and we're going to put what we can behind it, as opposed to just being a small thing.
Did you play it when it launched?
No.
Okay.
So it launched at the same time, roughly as Earthbound.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the weird me growing up. I was on a trip to Alaska, driving to Alaska when this came out, because this was when. This would have been between our when we were in 8th grade going on to high school. Mm-hmm. So it was before I went to high school, freshman year. These games came out roughly that year, and I had Earthbound, and I played that. Denver got Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. When did you first play this game then? On your Italy trip?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. So the
first one. I knew it was good. I think I tried to emulate it on emulator a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't play it through emulator.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard for me to play games emulated.
Mm-hmm.
I like playing it on the actual hardware.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it for the DS, and I totally played it. I think I'd had it a bit before Italy, but that was where I really put the time into it. Was my plane flights and trains and everything.
Right.
Sitting on the Mediterranean playing Chrono Trigger.
Sounds pretty good.
That happens.
Sounds pretty good. And you
sipping wine.
When you've just gotten back to the point where you were then, right? The side quest part.
I've done a couple side quests in my other save file.
Jesus, you could have just beaten the game.
I could have just beaten the game. I'm pretty sure I could just go get that and go beat the game right now.
Yeah.
Like, except I don't have Magus in that one.
Oh, that's true.
That's right. I killed Magus.
Well, he's a beast, man. So he's good to have.
I'm learning that. I was like, oh.
Well, that's the other thing that kind of surprised me. I mean, I knew that twist was coming, but when it launched back in '95, was that something that wasn't really explored, where the quote-unquote bad guy becomes part of your party, like that you play with them, like that? He's not.
I don't remember, because I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't play a lot of like JRPGs before this as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Just I mean, I've seen. I didn't really play much Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 6 I played later. Played like Dragon Warrior, things like that. Like the first big Final Fantasy I played was 7. Like that's the one that was like really got into finally. But I was playing a lot of action-y stuff and Zeldas and stuff on console before that.
Yeah.
So I mean, this I wouldn't know. I definitely feel like this one was one of the first ones that I have people that ever talk about it being like, "Oh, that's a cool twist." Like this like boss and person that you've been fighting the entire time joins you.
Unless you choose to fight them.
Unless you choose to fight them, which you totally can.
Well, and that the game's kind of setting that up, but then there are little hints that you shouldn't fight him. You should maybe walk away. Well, and
I was not walking away.
Yeah, right. You were taking him down. There are so many times in that game though where it kind of brings up well, I can't do anything, so I'll just walk away, and you walk away, and the person runs after you.
Yeah,
they kind of lean on that a little too much, I think, but no, it holds up. That game holds up really well, and I think it's at home on a DS with a touchscreen in the bottom. Like it's so easy to access so many of the menus.
Yeah, I think the DS is probably the optimal version of the game to play.
Right, so good. It'd be nice to see a sequel besides Cross.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe Square will announce that this year at their E3, a Chrono Trigger true sequel.
Yeah, no,
probably not
likely right now.
Yeah, they'll announce.
We can hope at one point maybe.
They're gonna announce a port to the Switch with chibi characters.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Like they're using the Secret of Mana engine that they just did.
Exactly. God.
Just do a new 3D version updated.
I think I still want to get around to playing that. I don't know if I'll play that version or just the one on my classic, but that game, I loved that game as a kid. So okay, what else have you been playing this week?
Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh yeah,
I got my
Strange Journey or whatever.
I've done a few more quests in it, like another hour and a half. It's demonic Pokemon.
Awesome.
That's really what it is.
Yeah.
I never played any of these at all, but it's an FPS dungeon crawl.
FPS.
So have you heard of Etrian Odyssey?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's presented like that.
Oh, okay.
Like so, you move around. The bottom screen is a map. It's a gridded map, and you're in a first person view, and you just kind of walk around, and you get into random battles or unlock things and travel between rooms. So it's different in that way.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's so weird.
Does it scratch the Persona itch?
A little bit, yeah. You can definitely see where Persona and it share some common DNA, where Persona spun out of the Shin Megami Tensei series. Like a lot of the demons are the same between the games. Like you're like, oh, yep, there's the pixie. That's the same pixie I saw in Persona 5. So I mean, they're tied. But Shin Megami Tensei is even stranger, I would say. It's post-apocalyptic, it's futuristic, totally different RPG elements to it. It's a team. You make a team of demons. Like that, you still do the talking. Like Persona has that you can talk to the enemies to collect them. That you're still doing that in this. You talk to the demons, try to convince them to either give you something or join your team to collect them. That's the Pokemon aspect of it. So, yeah, I'm going to continue to play it. It's a nice, simple time waster in some ways. I don't feel like I'm super invested in it, though. But we'll see. I'm not super far in. It's very slow JRPG thing. Like, I feel like it will take another couple hours before it's, like, revealed itself fully to me on all its systems and what you can do. Because I can't even upgrade my weapons and armor yet. I don't know how to do that. So...
the slow ramp up to actual action.
Yeah, it's such the JRPG thing.
Yeah.
They fixed that a lot in Persona 5. That was very quick.
Yeah, that game is rad.
Like, it progresses you. It still keeps introducing new things to you as you play, but you never feel like the pacing is screwed up by it. Like, the game is strong and paced well through the beginning. So,
speaking of JRPGs, real quick tangent. I know Octopath Traveler is coming out in July 13th, I think.
Yep.
Is that a day one for you?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
I am sold.
Yeah.
Just just give me that.
You played a demo, I believe.
Yep, I'm
Yeah.
fine with it.
Yeah.
Is it the best thing I've ever played? No, but it was solid enough that I'm like, yeah, I want to support this team and I want to support that game.
And I like
'Cause
the
I want
battle
more
system.
things like that.
Yeah. More. I don't know if it's a Risk, but different
Yeah,
AA games. I don't know, but it was.
Yeah.
I love the battle system in that game, so it would be. It's on my radar for sure.
yeah.
Anything else you playing this week?
More Deadfire, not a ton,
Uh-huh.
but a bit more. I did some side quests and sailed the oceans as a pirate.
Nice.
So
What the sailing pirating life for you?
yeah, it's still a great game. The writing's great.
Awesome.
Combat's way better than previous games. I like the classes and the parties and stuff. So just in general, exploring and going through the combat, I've been having a good time with. Hasn't got tedious or anything. So not a whole lot to report on it from what I've said before. It's if people want that Western isometric RPG, this is probably one of the best on the market right now. So
I'm gonna add that to my wish list. Although I want to get to Divinity first.
yep.
Let's see. This week, Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm like fucking sucked into that game.
Good.
It's like I've never had such whiplash on a game. Just not feeling it for like a year, and then just figuring out. I'm like, I'm gonna get into Meridian, and then like if I don't like it, then I'm gonna quit. And man, it really hooked me. I'm trying to like uncover more and more of the map. I'm only playing on normal, but the battles with the dinosaur robot, whatever, are fucking thrilling. Like
I only played on normal as well, and combat was a thing. It doesn't pull its punches on normal.
Fuck no, it doesn't. I like several fights. I've been down to like my last sliver of health, and I've just barely beat them. And it's just like, God, that feels good. That feels so much so fun. I wonder if that's what like the hook of Monster Hunter has been for you, where you're
A little bit, yeah.
so, heavy fight and you're kind of just barely scrape by.
Yeah. And I really appreciate Horizon does a lot with, I feel like Witcher 3 did, like preparing for the fight is important.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Where it's like you'll have a much better time if you just take a little bit moment before the fight to be like, all right, what weapons should I equip? Should I lay down some traps?
Yep.
And use them.
Right. No, that's exactly what's made it thrilling for me is that you kind of have a finite amount of shit. I mean, you can craft on the go, but it's what I thought would be a tedious system in terms of the crafting and the finite amount of stuff you have. It turned out to be anything but. And then upgrading my weapons, I did that a little bit with my bow, where I moved from like 2 different kinds of arrows to 3, and I'm realizing that I should have been upgrading my weapons all the time because there's a lot more options. But then just like scoping them out with R3 and figuring out what elements they're weak to, and there was just like this pit I went into where Odin, I think, down in this mine somewhere when you find out he's like a traitor or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
That fight, I had to restart like 2 or 3 times just because my strategy wasn't working, and then I changed my strategy, laid down some traps, snuck around, took out the archers on top or whatever, and then the dinosaurs started to fight each other for some fucking reason, which was awesome. And then I just blew one up and just blew everyone to fucking hell. And it's strategic. Like I find myself wanting like an SRPG of this game, just like a grid-based fucking Fire Emblem, but with a fucking Horizon skin or something.
So here's my free idea, because we talk about SRPGs like this. I really was, after playing Monster Hunter for so long, I'm like, I want a strategy RPG that is like Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Like these just co-op, you're just taking down these giant beasts in a strategy RPG.
Sounds fucking right.
Someone should make that. It's not me right now.
Free idea, folks.
Free idea. Please make it for me, because I would play it.
That's not the pineapple game. It's something else, so he's not making it.
I wish I could. But that would be a lot of work to do. But it's always been in the back of my mind. That would be a fun thing. It kind of came through because someone on Reddit in the D&D thread did a Monster Hunter D&D supplement. Like they did a bestiary of all the Monster Hunter stuff, and like I went through my mind. I'm like, man, doing like D&D combat against these things, that could be a lot of fun.
That could be fun. And
then I'm like, just my mind just started spinning at that point, being like, man, they should just do a Monster Hunter Tactics like spinoff. And yeah,
I want more games to do that. Like, fuck, that'd be fun. And I feel like the assets, if you did it like in a true like sprite based kind of thing, it wouldn't be too taxing. I mean, I don't fucking do art, so who the hell knows? But
yeah, it's still going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Not as expensive, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's still going to take time, at least a couple years to make, honestly.
right.
It won't happen, but
no,
please, anyone listening to this wants to do it, please do it. I'll play.
We can dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, Horizons, it's in my blood, and it's
Good.
I want to get through I kind of want to get through Chrono Trigger so I can spend my time playing fucking Horizon. Not because I don't like Chrono Trigger, it's fucking awesome, but man, every time I play Horizon, I'm like, I should be playing Chrono Trigger, damn it.
Yeah.
Which is not the best feeling. So Horizon Zero Dawn, and I fucking played another game that I can't remember. So I guess it didn't really stick with me. So yeah, basically Horizon and Chrono Trigger. Been a light gaming week. I've basically been playing the reading portfolios and essays and assigning grades and lots of stuff. So it's been a rewarding, fulfilling week for me. So
Cool.
Professionally.
I'm glad.
Yep. More
I
gaming
think
would be good
it's
though.
similar to me, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's feeling good.
Yeah.
Good week.
Yeah. I think 2 weeks ago we were just fucking frazzled and stressed, and it's kind of this last week was a little better.
Made it through the valley of despair.
Pretty much. Now I've got
That's what I call a creativity and everything. Anytime you're creating something, you always get to the valley of despair.
Yep.
No matter what it is, there's that time when you're like, God, this sucks. It's going to be terrible. I hate this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make it through, and you come out the other side, and you're like, this is awesome.
There's a chapter in the Anne Lamott book, Bird by Bird. I don't know if you read it or not. It's about...
I did. I read it in my writing class in
Yeah,
college.
exactly. It's often... so you know KFKD then. K-Fucked?
Yeah.
The radio station in your head. Anyone listening, you
Yep.
should go read that. I basically assign that to any of my students who have anxiety, which is almost all of them. And it really helps them a lot, so... Yeah, Valley of Despair is a good way to put that too.
Yeah, I've always called it that. Yeah.
Makes sense. So this was episode 141. We are getting ready for Gamer Christmas E3. Next week we'll be back with some predictions, and then the week after that we'll be back with some anxiety, getting ready for E3. But until then, thanks so much for listening. Again, rate us if you're listening and have the means to do that. The reviews help. Thanks again for downloading, and we will see you again next week.
Thanks, everyone. Night.